This is a new era in IWC, a new tradition. It's the first annual Pittsburgh Pro Wrestling Classic. My name is Joe Dombrowski at Jay Worth. It is going to be a night to cap off one of the biggest years. One of the biggest years in IWC history. We go out in style because we are going to have major championships decided. We're going to have a new bar set. You know, it always gets a little big, it always gets a little bad, it always gets a little heavy in December, but we're going to raise that bar here this evening.
You know, every year we kind of want to do it a little better, a little better. It sort of adds a debt to what we have to accomplish. Here we are at the end of the year looking to pay off all those debts.
Former two-time IWC champion Wardlow, center of the ring, big night tonight. He'll be in our feature matchup.
Real quick, where my ladies at tonight? Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania! Welcome to the Bullrope Bowl! Right? Now tonight is a very, very special night for many reasons. For starters, as Flexor said, it ain't about Impact stars, it ain't about Ring of Honor, it ain't about legends. Tonight is about us. Tonight is about Pittsburgh. Tonight is about IWC. Now personally, it's more of a special night for myself because you see, December of 2014, I had my very first match in this company. Fast forward December of 2016, I won my very first championship. That being the IWC World Heavyweight Championship. Funny fact about December of 2016, the night I won my championship is the same night a man by the name of Jack Pollock debuted. Jaxon! December of last year, not a very good year for either of us. December of last year, I lost my championship, and Jack Pollock got booted out of the building. But it's a new year. We're now December of 18. Jack Pollock is the heavyweight champ, and I finally have my opportunity to fight for it back. Now, when you look at me and Jack Pollock on paper, you would think we were at the opposite ends of the spectrum. But to be honest, Jack Pollock and I are a lot more alike than anybody else in that locker room. You see, Jack Pollock's got a couple screws loose, and hell, I got a few missing. Jack Pollock is willing to do anything to keep that title. And I am willing to do anything to get it back. So we all know the game Jack plays. He gets to choose the second match of the night. We all know it's going to be something where Team Storm gets involved and he can cheat all he wants. So before we get to that, it brings me to my match. Given the theme of the night, and given the fact that Pollock wants to run around on Twitter saying he's the best wrestler in Pittsburgh, our first match is going to be a classic. One-on-one, no BS, no teams, man-to-man, one-on-one classic wrestling match. And we'll find out who the best wrestler is. After that, Pollock, bring your team, bring an army, bring the whole locker room, because there is nothing that is going to stop me from getting that title back. I'm going to start 2019 as the champ. And that is just the start. Because in 2019, Wardlow is taking over professional wrestling. One city at a time, one championship at a time, one main event at a time. In 2019, you will witness greatness. You will witness the rise of a legend. You will witness Wardlow. Now, let's get this show over with so we can celebrate and party after, eh?
Well, the confidence of Wardlow is very evident. He is poised to have a monumental 2019, but Jay Worthy can't look past tonight. Best of 3 falls with Jack Pollock. Wardlow may be starting that party a little bit early because Jack Pollock has been one of the most resourceful athletes in IWC.
I admire the mindset of assuming the victory, but you can't assume anything with Jack Pollock and Team Storm.
First fall is Wardlow's choice. He wants it straight up one-on-one. From there, it's anybody's guess because Pollock and even Plummer have the call on the second and, if necessary, third fall.
The opening contest is the first annual Pittsburgh Pro Wrestling Classic Battle Royal. In this contest, eliminations occur when you are thrown over the top rope with both feet hitting the floor. The last remaining individual in this ring after everyone else has been eliminated will be declared the winner and will be presented with the 2018 Pittsburgh Pro Wrestling Classic Battle Royal Trophy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the participants, the country hammer, Stevie, Jaxon, Stevie, LeBell, Johnny, the Professor, Remy, Phillip,
Well, TV Smooth, not intimidated. The near 7-foot Savage is almost calling out the field as he looks around at this swarm of humanity. The winner of this matchup to be the first presented with the Pittsburgh Pro Wrestling Classic Battle Royal Trophy. We've seen a lot of Battle Royals at our year-end spectaculars, but this time it becomes official. This time, the stamp of approval from Justin Plummer.
And here we go. Everyone just ganging, it's a dog pile on top of PB Smooth.
Yeah, we got a lot of humanity in there. It is.
Is he already out?
Well, he's out of the ring. I couldn't see with all the bodies. That's Ryan Cassidy, who just went to the outside, and so are a number of others. You have to go over the top rope, and both feet touch the floor. But it appears Officer Dan is trying to throw out the citations to clear the field.
And I don't know that anyone's actually gone over the top rope yet.
And look at Sadie Gang. It looks like they're trying to run the table, and it looks like they're trying to clear the ring.
I mean, when you have the numbers advantage, as more than one as a tag team partner will give you.
Ryan Dye, the professor, and the sparkly, glittery Calvin Couture get planted.
Oh, look out. The man dime up. Oh, the man dime down into that kick.
Yeah, artist formerly known as the man dime. After that.
Oh, Mambo, no. Caught into a power bomb.
Yeah, the 1193 power bomb. Before that Dominator into the kick. Brainbuster called Check Your Privilege. And everybody in this battle royal needs to be checking themselves, because Sadie Gang, the most unorthodox tag team. Oh, wait a minute. Sadie Gang on top of everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sadie Gang has been eliminated.
Oh, they screwed up. Anticipated this matchup for quite a number of months. We've had several false starts, several on-the-fly adjustments, but finally tonight looks to be the night, Jay Worth, that the main event get a 2-on-2 fair shake at the top tag team prize in IWC. And Jay Worth, I believe that. And they're accompanied by Liddy the Lion.
Who's Liddy the Lion?
He's the orange one.
I'm aware. I mean, you talk as if you already are aware that there is a lion named Liddy that is with them. This is the first I've seen Liddy the Lion. You always have background on people. Would you care to enlighten us?
Well, I mean, if you want years pro or college background, I really can't give you that. But how about an extra bit of moral support? How about that 12th man on the field? How about that extra little bit of insurance policy to make sure TME have a moment of a lifetime? Ganon and Duke won the IWC Tag Team titles their very first night in the company. A few months thereafter, though, they lost it in controversial fashion, and with the competitive nature of this tag team division, they've been on the prowl, on the hunt ever since.
The IWC Tag Team Champions, the official opponents are Dupree and Jaxon.
Argos and Dupree, keep in mind, won those championships over the summer. It was part of the Team Storm takeover at Cage Fury, a three-way matchup with Team LaBar and TME. And I recall Dupree hanging against the ropes, trapping one of the TME members as Argos got the pin. So often, the main event end up not winning the championship, but not losing in the process either. There'll be no way for that to happen here tonight.
Yeah, it's been circumstance after circumstance that has held back TME. Now they finally get a square shot, for lack of a better term, against Team Storm, Team Canada. The two-time Rookie of the Year, Jaxon Argos, and the eccentric artist, R.C. Dupree. You'll notice Jack Pollock not around.
Yeah, Jack
prepping for his match.
He's preparing for hell, let's be honest. 3 stages of hell, best of 3 falls, call it what you will. Pollock and Wardlow later tonight. That's another advantage for TME. I would be very surprised to see Pollock involved as Team Storm displays the prize. They are very proud of the championships. Argos proud of the trophies as well. We saw on .com, on social media, TME giving each other gifts under the tree. Could the ultimate gift be a title victory tonight? Argos has shamelessly demanded gifts from fans online.
I mean, to be fair, if you can get them, why not?
I went up from behind. Rare mistake by TME. You don't turn your backs on Team Storm. And now this matchup is underway. But as you can see, a wild and uncontrollable start. It's Duke and Dupree in the corner. It's Ganon chasing Argos.
Have we had a bell yet?
Well, official Joe McCoy going to do his best to get this thing back in the ring. I don't know if it's official or not, but the ref's not counting, so I'll assume not. I mean, this may not officially count in a match time, but this certainly does its damage. And if I'm Team Storm, I don't want, by any stretch of the imagination, to get into a slugfest with TME.
No, not at all. As I've stated, they're two of the biggest men in IWC. Well,
that was not wise.
That's how big they are.
And here comes Dupree. Look at a baseball slide. He got upended. And Argos meet Dupree most unceremoniously.
So far, it seems like TME has read the Team Storm playbook.
And it's a Canadian sympathizer pile in the aisleway. Match has officially started. And Team Storm already the worse for wear. We've seen Team Storm overcome lethal enforcers Anthony Henry and James Drake. Saw a bizarre title defense against Colt Cabana and RJ City that involved David Arquette last month. And check out this power. A handoff on a suplex.
Couple of squats.
I can't name to you any other tag team that can do that. And no other tag team that has a metahuman like Duke Davis.
I mean, Duke Davis, and he holds the guy up there. Duke Davis is already like 6 foot forever. So when he picks you up, you're falling for about a year. Give or take.
Well, maybe 2019 by the time Argos realizes all that's happened to him. And we're not done yet. Flapjack. Shades of the Midnight Express by the main event.
And Argos crawling to the wrong corner.
I noticed Argos landed high, Jay Worth, on that injured shoulder. Shoulder originally damaged some months back by Jonathan Gresham. Argos still feeling the effects. Oh, caught Ganon and RC Dupree from behind with a clothesline.
I mean, I know you're going to disapprove of it, but smart tag team work by Team Storm there.
It may not be what I'd like to see, but it may be what Team Storm needs to do. Overhead neck snap and the kiss blown to Duke Davis. RC gets one. I'm not sure if the main event are at the top of my list at the athletes I would most try to get cute with.
Yeah, I would try and stay on the right side of them at any given time.
Or else this might happen. Oh, nobody did the moonsault. Ganon 6'5" in his own right at Dupree. Caught Ganon right in the nose with an Owen Hart heel kick.
Dupree compacted and just went... Oh!
And the bromance senton. And Ganon slips the shoulder up.
I was going to say RC Dupree compacted down, and when he twisted through for that heel kick, there was a lot more torque than you normally would have had because of his body position. Caught Ganon Jones Jr. right square in the nose.
Yeah, not just Dupree's body, Ganon's as well. Made that a bullseye shot for the eccentric artist. Argos, handful of hair. Team Storm are shameless. They'll do whatever it takes to keep the advantage, and Argos a shot to Duke as well. We saw TME help out Tommy Dreamer when it was 3-on-1. Pollock, Argos, and Dupree last month. As Team Storm continues to double team. 2 count. We saw Dupree and Argos get involved in the 6-way ladder match at Unbreakable. Cost Ganon and Duke a potential title opportunity. Potential to win the championship, be that. On top of that. So, Argos and Dupree and TME have been in one another's business for really the duration of the better part of the year.
I was going to say, Team Storm has their fingerprints all over the main event's matches.
And Ganon with twisting senton. Unbelievable agility by Pro Wrestling's All-Star.
He landed it square in the middle of both of them. He needs to get to his feet and get that tag to Duke Davis.
Ganon is inching closer to Duke. Duke Davis is in! And he's got 2 sitting ducks.
Argos Argos, Dupree, Argos, Dupree. Oh. And you heard the call of Argos going, oh my, as he got slammed. And Dupree planted in the center of the ring.
That's straight up power by about 270 of Duke Davis.
Oh,
the drop kick, the spine buster. New champion for Argos is there.
Argos realized the danger that they were in and wasted no time. Argos up to the second rope. Uh-oh.
Oh, Ganon rolled through. Can you believe it? Such fluidity from a man that size. Good grief. Spinning flatliner by Ganon Jones Jr. Here's Dupree. And RC calls that the Dupree DT.
Oh.
And that's the right hand to the face.
No fancy name needed.
And Duke is rolling with the suplexes. Falcon Arrow. Unreal offense from the main event here as Jaxon Argos is goozled. That doesn't feel good. Oh, Argos countered to the brainstorm.
I don't know that he got all of it, but he got enough of it.
Yeah, the Duke was still able to drive Argos down, but Argos made sure that the face of Duke hit in succession with Argos' back.
And now just a smattering of bodies around the ring.
All four men are struggling. Who will get to their feet first?
And now it's just broken down into fisticuffs, elbows. Oh, kicks.
Oh, elevated brainstorm.
Count it.
On top and go. Duke just barely breaking up the fall.
That was 2 15/16.
And that was on its way to 3, in my opinion.
Stacking them up like cordwood in the corner.
Argos hits his own partner. Duke comes in, but nobody there. Brainstorm coming.
No, he caught it.
Ganon the boot.
Up. Oh no!
Argos gets drilled. We have new champions. TME has done it. A year-long journey. I believe it was last December when they were unseated. Full circle a year later, Ganon and Duke back on top of the mountain.
And you have to believe that Jack Pollock is aware and worried that this is a portent for later.
Could very well be an omen if Pollock doesn't know now. He'll find out in a matter of moments. But TME, prove it to themselves, prove it to everybody. They are back on top of the IWC mountain.
And I want to point out, Team Storm intercepted the title belts as Nick Lindo brought them, and they are holding on to them in the corner.
Yeah, great call, Jayworth. Team Storm may not be ready to surrender their property. I thought for a second Argos and Dupree might do the right thing and hand those championships.
Yeah, but now security coming out.
Talk about sore losers.
And they
These
got
guys out of here.
away from him.
It's not about you. It's not your moment.
And the titles in the hands of the champions now. And congratulations to the main event. A long road to get back here, but welcome back to the top of the mountain.
Yeah, tag team division in 2019 just got litty. Main event on top once again. Man, we're going old school, Jay Worth. Maybe a little Dusty Rhodes, a little Outlaw Ron Bass here. The old-fashioned Texas Bullrope match.
Bullrope match, if you will, Daddy.
Of course, that thick rope will join the two athletes. There is a steel cowbell attached to it. Use it however you want. Jock Samson was rehired by guest general manager for the night, Bruce Pritchard, over the summer. And ever since then, Jock has blamed his IWC exile previously on Andrew Palace. Feels that Andrew Palace is the chosen one. He's catered to. He's given special treatment. That's not anything I've seen, but in Jock's mind, he believes Andrew Palace's spot should be his.
As his shirt says, you people mean nothing to me. And I firmly believe that. Jock, whether it's true or not, Jock has some demons to exercise, and they all come in the form of Andrew Palace.
Yeah,
one way or another, I'm hoping he gets it out of his system tonight.
Texas Bullrope match. How about the tribute to Oil Trough, Texas? Dutch Mantel with that t-shirt. You gotta believe Jock has been in this type of match before.
Yeah, I feel this is his bread and butter.
I can't say that about the opposing contestants. Is not running around the ring. His music isn't about a party. I have never seen this side of Andrew Palace, who has been consumed by a desire to avenge the beatings perpetrated by Jock Samson.
There is a gravity to Andrew Palace that I don't know that I've seen before. He understands what he is about to walk into.
Palace is not dressed to wrestle. Palace is dressed for the fight of his life.
And I want to say, I don't think this is what Jock was expecting.
I don't think anybody was expecting this side of Andrew Palace. I didn't know Andrew Palace had this side to him.
Dare I say, I think Jock's a little impressed.
I think maybe impressed in the sense that it'll be all the more sweeter when Jock puts him out to pasture. Jock wants Palace's spot, so to speak. The only way in his mind is to eliminate him. Palace feels he's got to eliminate Jock to focus back on his career and potentially the IWC title again.
And there's the bell. Each man has their left hand tied by that bull rope.
And again, to win, you have to touch all four corners in succession, uninterrupted momentum. But we could be here a while because these guys are just going to beat the hell out of each other until one of them can't go anymore.
And a A knee to the breadbasket stops the punches temporarily.
And there you see no respect from Jock Samson and Andrew Palace at all, in ring or out. Jock has called who he refers to as Andy Palace out on social media for many, many months.
I mean, he didn't have any respect for Andy Palace before the match began. I don't know why you'd think he would have it as it started.
Well, even before Jock came back over the summer, he was calling out Palace, calling Palace unprofessional, and blaming Palace for Jock's IWC career hitting a roadblock. That's not Palace's fault. Look in the mirror, pal.
I mean, I agree with you. The problem is that's not how Jock saw it.
That's right. Jock thinks he's right. And that's when he's at his most dangerous. And Jock caught Palace square between the eyes.
And I feel like you'll be using that phrase a lot tonight.
Jock measures Palace with that elbow. And now the dangers of that rope is, if you're sending to the ropes, it can almost act like a springboard or a whiplash-like effect to send you back the other way.
There's one.
You can only get so far away from your opponent, as Jock is now 50% of the way to victory.
That's two. And Palace trying to crawl to the other corner to stop the third tag.
Yeah, Palace grabbing onto that rope to cut off the distance between himself and Jock. And Jock looking to end this thing, but no, Palace ducks. Oh no. Jock was a sitting duck.
As Jock figured out what was happening, it was a bit too late.
The clothesline connected. Palace now. We're taking a look at the mean streak of Andrew Palace. Jock is tied up. Makeshift ripcord.
Ripcord clothesline. Spun him around like he was starting a lawnmower, Joe. There's one. That's two. That's three. And Jock has made his way out of the ring, preventing that fourth turnbuckle from being tagged.
And Palace, the outside. Oh, Jock set in hard.
And now they have a ring post between them, Joe. The rope is flossed between the ring and the ring post.
Oh, it is. And the only way to counter that is to get back in the ring. Palace now frees up that rope. Ooh. You see that sign? Palace has made it very clear. Tonight is about no fun. Usually it's let's have fun. Tonight, it's all business.
Oh, and a thumb to the eye.
Desperation by Jock.
Palace staggers away. And Jock just comes in with the rope, choking him back across the barricade.
Yeah, the Appalachian Outlaw introducing Palace to his people in the front row. Jay Worth, do any Bullrope matches in history stand out to you? Do you have a particular favorite or a most brutal?
You know, the one, when you mentioned it, the first one that came rushing to my mind was ECW, Dusty Rhodes versus Steve Corino.
There you go.
That one was as violent and bloody as I have ever seen. You want to talk about getting through some stuff? That's the textbook of it.
And Palace through the people. Other famous Bullrope matches have demonstrated the intensity and the violence this matchup can bring. Matches like Dusty Rhodes versus superstar Billy Graham, JBL versus Eddie Guerrero. And we're seeing the same amount of physicality, of ferocity from these two athletes.
Yeah, the thing about the Bullrope matches, it's a rarity you're looking to end it quickly. 9 out of 10, if it's gotten to the point where you need to be tied to your opponent by a bull rope, you're looking to do some beating. You're not just looking to win a match.
But keep in mind, Jayworth, I mean, there's not going to be a disqualification here, but there's no way to win this matchup that's not in the ring.
Yeah, and right now, neither of them cares about that.
Palace into those heavy metal bleachers. And Jock is feeling in his element.
2 handfuls of hair on Andrew Palace. And Palace just has Jock seated in that bleacher, and it's just raining down right hands on him.
Yeah. Well, Jock has been hot dogging and show boating a little bit. It's given Palace some openings. And I've never seen Palace more focused. I've never seen him more brutal. Jock is trying to get away. That's one of the reasons these men are confined to each other by the wrist. And Palace pursuing. They are behind these fans at this point, and they are still fighting. Oh, Jock counters. Oh, Palace got suplexed. On this unprotected gymnasium-style floor, you can hear the thud all the way up here on the other side of the building.
And that might be the only actual wrestling move we see in this match.
That's a brazen statement. Nobody's going to tell him differently now, though, as Jock peppers Palace with right hands.
And Jock with a handful of bull rope at the moment. I think it's tough to say. I think he was attempting to choke Palace with it.
Yeah, looked like he was doing so successfully, and if Jock tells you to move, I move.
That was a punch right to the ribs.
And Jock now face first into the bleachers.
We've discussed it before. The problem with ribs is there's no musculature to protect them. You throw a shot there, it's unprotected. I don't care who you are.
And Palace has the bull rope in the mouth and now around the throat of Jock Samson.
Yeah, Jock pulled it out of his mouth and it slid it right around his throat.
Yeah, Jock went to try to perform a defensive counter, but only made it worse, arguably. And Palace is whipping Jock like an animal.
Like a rented mule?
With that heavy, thick rope. And you know, that'll leave welts, that'll leave marks all up and down your body.
If you're lucky, it's just bruises.
And it's Palace now, looking for whatever he can find under this ring that's within reach. Again, he's attached to Jock. Oof.
He has 2 garbage can lids and a chair in the ring at this point.
Now wait a minute. Palace using the human body as a weapon.
He just threw a member of our security staff into Jock Samson.
Now another one. Palace is improvising with what's in reach.
Well, he knows that with Jock down, he's not going to get all 4 corners.
But certainly preparing for the opportunity to, I'd surmise.
It's an awful lot of chairs, Joe.
But for Palace, it still may not be enough.
And a kendo stick.
Oh. As if the rope didn't sting enough. Palace wearing out the hide of Jock Samson. a second time. And Palace is having the time of his life. He's waited for this moment for months on end. And you got to wonder, again, anything goes, what sick idea, what perverse contraption could Andrew Palace have in mind?
Well, looks like he's setting up, he's setting up chairs 2 by 2 here. And Palace one at the end.
Yeah, Palace with 5 chairs in total, all facing one another, but we're not going to debate about it. It's Palace with the steel cowbell. And Jock blocked it and went downstairs.
And now Jock with the cowbell.
Oh God, right to the skull. Palace got drilled right between the eyes. Palace had no way to protect himself. His arms were at his sides, and Jock has now touched the first turnbuckle.
There's 2.
And Palace is in the center of the ring. Jock is probably within reach of all 4.
Right now, the only thing blocking him is those chairs. Oh,
Jock is inches away. Jock is inches. Palace is wrapping himself around the rope to keep himself in position. Jock can't get it. His momentum has been impeded. That'll wave off the previous 3.
And Jock has taken the belt from off of his jeans.
And laying into the hide of Palace with the leather. This has been about torture. This has been about domination. It has been inhumane between both these athletes.
And swat after swat.
Jock is lighting up Palace.
Oh, and now he has the kendo stick.
Oh, man. And the kendo stick that Palace himself inserted into the proceedings. And Jock once again has touched 2 corners.
There's 3. And Andrew Palace out of the ring, stopping that 4th tag.
Jock almost a diving leap to the 4th and can't get there in time. A salute by Palace to let Jock know this isn't over. And look at Palace, almost like a tug of war. He's bridging the gap. He's pulling the rope closer to himself, but not letting Jock into the corner. Uranagi.
And now both men just taking a moment to try and collect their wits, try and clear those cobwebs. There's no count out. They could lay there forever till one of them gets up.
Yeah, but it's gut check time here. Both these men with welts and bruises throughout their body, but it's Palace now attempting for victory.
That's 2. That's 3.
And now Palace finds himself 1 step away.
And Jock getting out of the ring.
Jock and Palace pulling with all their might. Jock's got a death grip on that bottom rope. And Palace knows he's got to take it to Jock Samson again.
More than willing to put the boots to Jock Samson there.
And again, keep in mind, Palace's momentum was interrupted. His corner tally back to 0 as Palace using that cowbell right upside the skull of Jock Samson. And Jock needs a breather, but I'm not so sure that's going to come to fruition.
Palace.
Well, Jock tried to block it, but there's no blocking steel to the skull. And Jock is prone on all 5 chairs as Palace is climbing the ropes. You gotta be kidding me.
Jock coming to his senses.
Oh. And I believe just flung that trash can lid right in the ankle.
I was gonna go shin.
Well, regardless, he took out the leg. And Palace is now a sitting duck as Jock mounts the turnbuckles. You gotta be kidding me. Well, this will be the end of one of these athletes, maybe both of them. A superplex through the chairs.
And Palace trying to fight out.
Palace fighting for everything he's got.
And now headbutts. Just half a dozen headbutts right in a row.
Jock is dazed, but not losing his vertical base.
There's the cowbell.
Steel to the skull. Jock is reeling. One more time. Oh, Jock through the chairs.
And Palace has Jock lifeless in the ring. Now's his chance. Tag that first turnbuckle, kid. Get moving.
Jock is prone. Will Palace have enough rope to reach all 4 corners? Palace is halfway there. Does Palace have enough in himself to reach all 4 corners?
He is spaghetti-legged getting to each turnbuckle. Jock is trying for the cutoff.
Yeah. Will he get there in time? Palace got 4.
Here is your
Andrew Palace has done it! After a year of being called out, criticized, and ridiculed, Andrew Palace shows he earned his opportunities, and he earned every step of this victory.
And Jock Samson, back in the company, has to, when he wakes up, I'm sure he will be unfulfilled and angry.
And what does this say about Andrew Palace? We saw a new side, a different side, a darker side, a determined side, but a victorious side. It's usually party time. This time it was dead serious, but Andrew Palace prevailed.
I would say this is a side that Jock Samson wasn't counting on and didn't know that Andrew Palace had inside him.
And Palace survived Jock in Jock's own environment. Bullrope rule. But any doubters, any critics, Palace is no protected athlete. He's no pampered athlete. Palace is all man in the yard wide, and he fought like hell to prove it tonight.
Introducing first, making their way to the ring, at a combined weight of 382 pounds, the Mondo Racer, LaVey, and Atticus, the Culmination.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Worthing and Farnsworth back with Joe Dombrowski. And that lurching blast beat can only mean one set of individuals. The Culmination make their way to the ring.
The entire year, it's been victim after victim, body after body. Jason Tyler, Daniel Hooven, Sean Phoenix, among others. And the Culmination says, tonight they will finally destroy Keith Haught once and for all. Partner or not, doesn't even matter. Their year-long quest to destroy Keith Haught's world, mind, body, and soul, comes to fruition. And if there's one word that describes the Culmination, it's written on the pants of Atticus: anguish.
You'll notice a slightly different color theme than they normally are wearing. They've added some red in. I'm wondering if this is to remind Keith Haught of what happened to one of his tag partners, Sean Phoenix.
Or it's almost as if they morphed into the devil himself incarnate. And Jayworth Keith out here alone. I hope his partner's here.
I'm assuming he is.
Well, we got music. He's back!
And his tag team partner, from Rochester, New York, weighing 183 pounds, Colin Delaney.
Colin and Keith Haught together. Haught and cute former IWC Tag Team Champions had a bitter falling out, but when Keith needed a friend the most, Colin was there to back him up, and he's not backing up in battle right now.
I was going to say, we haven't seen this energy in Keith Haught in a while. I was assuming it was because his partner has his back and is here, and he can continue the fight against the Culmination.
Oh! Colin drops Atticus. It's Keith unloading on Remy, and this has been the altercation we've been looking for months now. Remy has ducked the opportunity to have Keith get a hold of him in a one-on-one environment for so long.
And a double elbow to the noggin of Atticus Cogar. And now both Remy and Atticus tossed out of the ring. It has been all hot and cute so far.
It has been, but the Culmination regrouping, you gotta believe there's a plan. But this is the best I've seen Keith Haught look in a number of months. Look out. Culmination trying to duck out of the way. Didn't see Colin coming. Keith the human shield, and Colin the extremely cute wrestler, ECW, recent star of 205 Live and Ring of Honor's Future of Honor, is able to connect. Colin's had a career resurgence as of late, only fitting him and Keith Haught reconcile.
Glad to see both of them back together.
And notice Remy begging off of Keith Haught, asking for forgiveness. Remy's the one that started this when he turned his back on Keith Haught almost a year ago. Ooh. And it's Colin from behind. And, Remy the foot up. Remy calls himself a mind eraser as Colin looks to help Keith Haught erase some past transgressions. Atticus from behind. Switch. A roll up, but Atticus back to his feet, and Colin tips up the Culmination, and Remy inadvertently DDTs Atticus. That was unique.
I haven't seen that before. We've seen some unique, innovative offense out of Colin Delaney. That's another new one to add to the playbook.
And Jayworth, I'm not sure if the Culmination expected Colin to show up or if they expect him to be quite like this. I feel like the Culmination are reeling a bit.
I was going to say, I don't think this was quite how they were planning on things to go.
Oh, but just as we say that, a pick of the leg, a German suplex, and the mood shifts.
I would even go so far as to say darkens.
And Atticus is in his element. He sees Colin as a plaything to toy with.
a victim. Atticus loves it when his opponents are at their most vulnerable and susceptible. Atticus feels a euphoric power come over himself.
I was going to say, it was almost like he was toying with Colin for a bit there as he was trying to get back to his feet.
Suplex connects, Atticus a standing moonsault. 2 count only. Colin able to power out, and Colin showing the 2 fingers to Atticus, almost to taunt him.
Did he yell, "You are nothing"?
And then slapped him across the face. And that's only serving to fire Colin up.
Off the ropes.
Oh, double clothesline. Atticus and Colin collide mid-ring. And you can see the desperation on Colin's face as he realizes the danger of the culmination.
And Remy's off the... Where did Remy... Remy
there he is. And Remy pulling Keith Haught off the apron into the post. And Colin was there for the tag, but Remy once again separated Keith Haught from his friends.
And now Atticus taking advantage of the confusion.
Atticus unloading. Atticus has a temper issue. He is a very angry young man. Another tag into Remy LaVey. The man who in many ways masterminded this plot against Keith Haught.
And Colin trying to fight back, but into enemy territory right now.
And Remy just smothering Colin with offense. And maybe smothering him literally here. And that's the just incensed nature of Remy LaVey that was never there pre-culmination. Atticus getting in a cheap shot or 2 as well. And Keith may be seriously hurt. He may be the next victim, no matter what Colin does. Because Remy just rammed him skull first into that post.
Well, the culmination has said they are going to end Keith Haught tonight, so yeah, I think the game plan is at some point he will be the victim.
Jay, where the culmination has taken out every other Keith Haught partner. If they take out Colin Delaney, is there anybody left? Is Keith Haught a sitting duck?
I mean, I don't know who else he calls at that point. They had mentioned Phoenix. He took out Dan Hooven. He took out Taylor. They took out. Sorry.
Yeah, and on their way to taking out Colin Delaney. Look out here, Colin out of the way. Atticus connects with Remy. Oh, and Colin 2 for the price of 1.
Sliding German slash dropkick.
And reaching for Keith, but Keith is still not recovered from the post.
And Colin going for the pin.
Colin a man alone here. Keith may be concussed. Who knows what Keith's going through right now?
And a series of chops into Atticus Cogar.
As Colin tries to meet the culmination of their own game of aggression, but easier said than done. Atticus on top here.
No.
Only 2.
An interesting Colin trying to make sure that Remy doesn't get the tag in.
2, 3, 4.
And the official. Look, Keith Haught wants a piece of Atticus. Remy's choking Colin. This is rapidly breaking down. Culmination were nearly as qualified.
And the ref having to remind Keith Haught there needs to be a tag.
I'm thankful Keith's on his feet. Atticus just lays into Delaney. Atticus has swagger about him, confident.
Well, he knows the damage he's done. And Atticus trying to get in the mind of Colin Delaney.
Oh, it's Colin who sticks around. desperation maneuver centering, but Colin must feel a mile away from Keith Haught.
He finally sees Keith Haught back at the corner.
Oh, but Atticus is between them. Although Atticus is reaching for a tag all his own. He's Remy. Here comes Remy LaVey. And Colin desperation gets to Keith Haught. It's Keith and Remy one-on-one. Finally. And Keith is unloading nearly a year's worth of pent-up hostility.
His judo thrusts. Back body. Oh, and all that weight down on his chest. Senton, that could be it.
2 count. Oh. Could you imagine the feeling if Keith could finally pin Remy here tonight with Colin by his side? And look at this. This is old school hot and cute. Oh. But Remy out of the way. Colin hits his tailbone hard. Remy disposes of Keith. And it's back to, well, look out, Colin counters.
Twisting around into a cutter.
And Atticus in there. Cuts Colin off with a pass. Colin fighting like a Spitfire. Atticus shuts things down. Nope. Well, Colin with the counter again. Ah!
Atticus was ready for it.
That is a sickening suplex. A neck compressing suplex, and Keith has Colin's back now.
And Remy in for the save.
And Colin may be seriously hurt. And Keith, look out. Oh, Atticus got it.
Oh, he got the boot up.
Yeah, Remy the boot. High kick connects. Remy is down.
And Keith calling for it. He's going up top.
This could be the hot mess, Jay Worth.
Yeah, he's taking a long time, though.
Oh, here comes Atticus. Oh, no, God.
Atticus with the save for his partner.
Keith gets crotched. And Atticus, what in the world is this?
He just told Plummer to get ready to stop.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell is this? Oh! Is that who I think it is? Sean Phoenix! With Ruben and Tyler! And Atticus looks like he's seen a ghost!
The sins of the past have finally come back to the culmination. And Atticus is grinning. He's willing to fight them all.
Oh, Atticus would gladly fight them all. And Phoenix lets them know their fate is behind them. It's Keith Haught and Colin, and the fight is on once again. Keith Haught's buddies were here to save him when he needed them most.
Oh, big clothesline from both.
Colin and Atticus are down. It's Haught and Remy center of the ring.
And Remy trying to back off.
Yeah, it's too late to apologize now. One time Keith was afraid to hit his best friend. Now it's the only choice.
It's not the only choice, Joe. It's the choice he's making.
Right to the side of the head. Keith Haught
Going up top.
one last message to dissolve a friendship. And now, Atticus! Keith has done it!
Colin Delaney and Keith Haught!
A Haught and Q reunion! An exorcised demon!
The mind games, the pain, the suffering, The loss, all rectified by Haught tonight.
Haught is victorious, and a month ago, it looked like Keith had no friends left, but now, surrounded by friends who were here when he needed them most. Haught is loved. Haught does belong. The Culmination's mind games did not break his spirit.
And Atticus and Remy scurrying to the back into the darkness where they're used to belonging.
You gotta believe there'll be another day for the Culmination, but it's Haught's night at the Pittsburgh Pro Wrestling Classic. What a moment!
And Katie's beside herself. Katie's backup plan's out of here. And Britt's to her feet. Look out, no! Britt aiming for Katie, and the official gets wiped out.
No.
Wait a minute! It's David Arquette!
Cousin David's in the ring!
Katie's cousin! Wait a minute! David Arquette's got a referee shirt!
It has the PA seal on it.
Oh, and Britt doesn't believe what she saw! Katie's got her trapped!
She has her legs up. She tapped!
Britt just shot her!
History's been made in IWC Wrestling in suburban Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. David Arquette, the referee, as he calls his cousin Katie the new IWC Women's Champion.
8 months of frustration. 8 months of trying to convince everyone she was worthy of this. Katie Arquette deserves that title.
The era of Britt Baker has come to an end. The office is closed. Katie Arquette nearing tears. Calvin and Mandime, the entourage, cheering on. Britt Baker walks away defeated. Katie Arquette finally takes center stage and has the pageantry and celebration of the leading lady she wanted to be.
And Cousin David is letting her borrow the fur, and look at the smile on her face.
Well, Jay Worth, it was quite an emotional moment last month. Katie Arquette unseated the face of IWC Women's Wrestling, Britt Baker, with David Arquette, apparently the cousin of Katie, as the special referee. I thought it was all media hype, but David Arquette comes to prove the Arquette family bond is tight, and what a moment it was for Katie. First time we've seen him at court time in all her glory.
Won't stop blowing up. I got TNT calling me. I
Oh, an addition.
No!
Wow.
No! I thought we got rid of him.
I think we did. I think Katie got him back.
Justin LaBar has been a boardroom, political, and litigious nightmare for IWC management since day one. And now he's representing one of the hottest rising stars we have, Katie Arquette.
To be fair, those are the characteristics you look for in an agent. Nice guys finish last.
Did she hand LaBar the microphone too? Oh no.
Let me go ahead and give you the scoop right now. You're going to want to hear this. The scoop involves the secret to how I've become so successful.
Can we say that on the air?
I have become as successful as I have in the pro wrestling and media world because I have a keen sense of smell. I can smell jealousy. Jealousy. It's an aroma so pungent. It's almost as strong as the smell of Elizabeth River rat trash. I can smell it. You know, I started doing things and saying things. I could smell the jealousy other people had. And I started to rise to the top of the pro wrestling world and the internet world. When a guy came from Toronto named RJ City, I spotted and I could sense jealousy of his singing talents, among other things. And with my guidance, RJ City became the longest reigning Super Indie champion. I will have security for each and every one of you out of here right now and say to the bed, shut up! Another man walked through this locker room some years ago. His name was Wardlow. And I immediately sensed some jealousy at the time in that locker room. And with my guidance and assistance, I orchestrated one of the most impressive undefeated streaks ever in IWC. Because of me, Wardlow became IWC World Champion. You want a spoiler and a scoop here? Because of me, Wardlow went down to Orlando, Florida. And then you people started listening to what you guys had to say. You started getting morally whatever. So Wardlow no longer has me. So I'm a free agent, and I'll tell you what. Number one rule is all about money. And all I can think is Katie, Justin, Arquette, LaBar. It is a match made in money heaven.
Is he really taking credit, he being Justin LaBar, for all the success?
And her opponent is the challenger, currently on the Platinum World Tour, Remy.
All the success of RJ, Wardlow, and everybody else, LaBar's going to say that was solely because of him?
Is there really a place called Money Heaven?
Stop it.
Ray Lynn has always been a perennial women's championship contender, making her court-time return. Remember, she won that number one contenders match, three-way, back at Proving Ground. Ray Lynn, or she participated in the number one contenders matchup, I should say. So she's been very much in the hunt with the likes of Katie.
Well, now that Katie has the title, I mean, Katie got to the title by beating anyone and everyone in her path. Now that she has the title, all those people are going to be lining back up again.
So to reset that a little bit better, Katie had to get through Ray Lynn to get to Britt Baker. Ray Lynn, however, was Britt Baker's first opponent. Ray Lynn remains a top contender, takes on Katie one-on-one centering. And here's the interesting wrinkle, Jay Worth, now with the information we just learned. LaBar
formerly aligned with Ray Lynn as part of that Platinum World Tour with Bostic and Wardlow. How will that help or hinder his involvement?
I'm sure whatever information he had has already been passed along to Katie Arquette.
Wouldn't surprise me in the bit. He's a leech and a snake.
Like I said, great qualities to have in an agent.
Ray Lynn recently appearing in Women of Honor Wednesdays on the Ring of Honor social media and ROHWrestling.com. Also made her debut at the recent Impact Wrestling television tapings out in Las Vegas, wrestling Tessa Blanchard and Taya Valkyrie. So Ray Lynn has been performing in tip-top shape against the best in the world. Is she prepared for Katie Arquette?
I mean, absolutely. You want to talk about a tough competitor for Katie Arquette, I would say this is the...
Crossbody to Kettleman.
This is the matchup that Katie Arquette has to get past if she's going to prove herself a champion.
And Calvin grabs a leg, and Ray Lynn doing what she should do. Why are these goofs wearing sleeping caps anyway?
You know, I was going to ask you that. I hope you had...
man done got pie face. You asked me to explain what Calvin wears?
You're the one with all the inside information.
Well, rather not get that inside, but be that as it may, Katie Arquette now draping the leg across Ray Lynn. And Katie is so great at commanding a pace and a tempo of a match and being the aggressor.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing she has definitely learned and honed as she rose through the ranks at IWC. If you want to win, it's a lot easier to set the pace of the match yourself. Make it the match that you want it to be. Make them wrestle your match.
Nice leg drop by Katie, but not a full contact cover, and that may have cost her.
And Katie, a handful of platinum hair there. And then several shots to the side, to the chest. Ray Lynn taking off.
Oh God. 2 count only.
A solid spine buster, center ring by the queen of the silver screen. The Entourage approved.
Well, the Entourage approves everything Katie does. They're a bunch of yes men.
Well, yeah.
And now that the Entourage has grown in amount and power and ego and anything else you can think of,
I was going to say vacuousness.
It's only going to get more overbearing from here.
Katie. Big hip attack.
To Katie especially, and it leads to an ear fall. Ray Lynn's got that resiliency, though.
Ray Lynn, a tough, fierce competitor.
Studied down in OVW for a time, sat under the Al Snow learning tree.
A great tree to sit under.
And Katie went to sit down with another leg drop, but that didn't pan out. And we'll see if Ray Lynn can make the most of it. Right to the thigh muscles. Trying to cut off that vertical base.
One to the gut, one to the chest. Leg sweep. One to the face.
Cover.
And then a standing moonsault into a 2 count.
Ray Lynn gets the knee up. Beautifully done. Hurricane Rana, seamless motion from Ray Lynn, the high kick, and wait a minute now, Calvin and Bantime.
Distracting the ref, who should be counting.
And LaBar pulling Katie to safety. It's 4-on-1 out here.
Well, In their defense, I will point out, none of them have gotten involved physically.
LaBar pulled Katie out of the ring.
LaBar did not touch Ray Lynn.
He was still involved physically. And in the ring where he shouldn't have been to begin with. Look at Ray Lynn!
Taking out the original, the OG Entourage.
The OG Entourage. I'm not sure if she called LaBar or Katie that, but either way it fits. And a primal scream for good measure.
And now warning the man dime to stay on the ground.
Ooh. Oh, Ray Lynn shacked to that neck break. I think she hit her forehead on the way down.
Yeah, dropped her on her head with that, like a suspended cutter. Oh, Falcon Arrow.
Nicely done. That'll do it. No. And that's the thing with Katie Arquette is that she's so technically sound. She's so proficient. You can make a very reasonable case she can get the job done one-on-one without an entourage.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think there's any doubt she can get it done without the entourage. But why take the hard route?
I see. Go behind by Katie. Ray Lynn using the rope to block. Hard hitting and counter.
Just elbow after elbow, right to the ear. And now again, those shots to the thigh.
And LaBar's got Ray Lynn, come on. Oh. Completely out of line, German suplex.
Big German butt. And then a spear.
Katie's got her. Well, Katie gets to celebrate with LaBar, Rip, and Van Winkle in there as the entourage continues to grow and the power comes with it. Katie's successful in her first attempt, and you know Cousin David is somewhere smiling.
Absolutely. Like I said, if there was one contender she had to beat to prove herself as an IWC champion, it's Ray Lynn. That challenge out of the way, now the whole world can come gunning for the queen of the silver screen.
And Calvin, not content to just take the W. Oh, Ray Creo! Calvin's mouth gets him in trouble again.
Calvin's mouth got him in trouble, and then he got dropped on it.
Well, Katie wins tonight, but let's not forget about Ray Lynn in the potential future contender brackets. This is not the last we've heard of Ray Creo. Well, you want to talk about heavy hitting. We've seen a lot of that all night, and it's only going to intensify in a moment.
Hashtag big man business.
Introducing team number one. First, from wherever the hell he's down all pleasing. Weighing in at 316 pounds, the human crime scene.
Bulk Nasty is mad, bad, and dangerous to know, and the best shape of his life. And we saw him and Jimmy Vegas beat the holy hell out of each other on a number of occasions over the past few months.
Sad to say, this might be the best mood I've seen Bulk Nasty in which he's only incredibly irritated.
And Bulk Nasty has been guided by some dangerous, devious minds, and not the least of which is about to join him.
weighing in at 193 pounds, the heir apparent,
LeRusso is dangerous. He's calculated and conniving. On any given event, any given day, he can strike and change the fate of this organization. And as long as men like Vault Master keep listening to him, sky's the limit.
I hate Christmas. I hate Christmas carols. I hate Christmas decorations. I hate Christmas cartoons. I hate Christmas lights. I hate everything about this rotten holiday.
Bah humbug.
And I will say one thing. If every single kid in this audience got what they really deserve for Christmas, what they would get on Christmas morning is a slap in the face.
What a Grinch.
I don't know that his heart's going to grow 3 sizes today.
Certain body parts, if Jimmy Vegas can inflict the pain and punishment he wants, could be morphed in other ways, however.
Well,
Santa taking umbrage with LeRusso's comments.
Coming to the ring by Santa Claus. At the right weight of 502 pounds, the team of Jimmy Vegas and Delicious Jimmy DeMarco.
Santa Claus may be a front runner for Manager of the Year now.
Well, in case you had any questions, Santa and Delicious Jimmy DeMarco, tight.
And Jimmy Vegas, I think roughing up Santa was the most of the holiday spirit he's been in years. Vegas wants to fight. And we're having a little fun now, but you can almost sense the powder keg about to explode.
You can. Every time Vegas looks at the ring, his face sort of, for lack of a better term, dies a little. He understands this is about to become a war, and he knows that he is going to have to be a warrior if he's going to survive it.
Well, that may be true. Jay, you want to go say hi to Santa?
I mean, I do, but he's all the way over there, Joe.
That sounds like you.
I can just send him a letter.
Even DeMarco's tights are festive.
Pretty much everything that DeMarco has is festive. He just headbutted the railing.
And why wouldn't he? He's Jimmy DeMarco. If the folks at home are new to IWC and aren't familiar with Jimmy DeMarco's reputation, former multiple-time IWC main eventer, champion, he's done it all here. And Jimmy DeMarco has more heart, desire, and passion for this company than anybody I've ever met. Whether it's thumbtacks, chairs, guardrails, blood, tasers, DeMarco's undergone it all for the product and the brand he believes in. How about the matches he's had with Necro Butcher, Ray Rowe, his own cousins, the Gambinos?
DJZ?
Yeah. DeMarco's like Teflon out there. And it's Vegas and LeRusso. One-on-one, Vegas showing the power. He's got to be at least 270 or 75.
And LeRusso claiming that there was a pull on his, I don't know that that's quite a ponytail. Shetland tail?
I think if Vegas really wanted to pull LeRusso's hair would no longer be attached to him.
No, his head may not be attached to him.
The crowd is
the crowd chanting "Bulk can't breathe."
I believe it was Bulk can't read.
Well, that's a terrible thing to chant at someone.
I'm not sure that's been proven, and I'm not going to ask anyone to try.
If it's wrong, it's a lie. If it's true, you're making fun of someone that can't read? What kind of bully are you?
And Bulk's so sensitive, fragile.
I'm not saying he can't take it. I'm saying if we're going to condemn bullies like Bulk, we should condemn each and every other bully that was chanting that.
Bulk's done things far worse than chant.
Oh, easily. Good Lord. He's done far worse on Tinder.
And Vegas manipulates the arm of Chris LeRusso. And the first time we've seen Jimmy DeMarco legally in action in a couple of years.
And Jimmy DeMarco wants Bulk Nass.
There's that fearless nature of the delicious one. The perpetual pervert of Pittsburgh professional wrestling here at the Pittsburgh Pro Wrestling Classic.
The Pope of Grope.
Oh, there's a whole laundry list of them. Senor Salacious. The Lord of Lewd. And the master of the... Oh, wait a second. I was about to reference the muscle worshiping ceremony. And Vegas with the baby oil. We're having an impromptu muscle worshiping ceremony, and Bolt may be forced to suck Jimmy's muscles.
It has been a while.
And what a soundtrack. And Bulk's ego won't let him be shown up.
Jimmy DeMarco showing Bulk how it's done.
Check out the glutes. Oh my. What DeMarco roll?
And a 2 count.
DeMarco tried to outsmart Bulk and he's out of there. I think we can cut that music, by the way.
Hey, is it over?
Oh! LeRusso
thrown into.
And now, oh no!
Oh, and run right to the Baldy Daddy button.
Bulk got caught coming back in.
He ducked.
Oh, look out. Is this like a New Jack match? We're gonna have music playing the whole time?
Apparently.
And oh, DeMarco shoulder first into the post.
Baby oil isn't gonna help that.
Not at all. And DeMarco could take a wealth of punishment, but it's been a couple of years since he's been out of the ring. It's been even longer since he's been regularly competing. In fact, I mean, the era of DeMarco unofficially ended, what now, some 6-7 years ago?
Yeah.
And how do you think that's going to affect this matchup as we press on?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Jimmy appears to be in great shape. I don't see any rust, but at the same time, you know, if it's been a while, you get used to the beating that's on your body. If you let yourself heal and then just try and come back, it's a whole new world. Those nerves wake back up, for lack of a better term.
A little bit of muscle memory, maybe, riding a bike.
A little, you feel the pain.
DeMarco trying to counter out of the Chris LeRusso armbar. And great elevation with drop kick. People underestimate just the amazing jumping ability, the vertical leap that Chris LeRusso has.
It's impressive every time I see it.
And the man that deems himself to be the king of the IWC castle, if not heir apparent to that throne. Got DeMarco out of the way. And it's Jimmy DeMarco firing away with shots of his own.
And smart move by LeRusso. Get the fingers into the eyes and push him toward your corner. Let big bulk take over.
Bulk. Oh, God. It only takes one bulk shot to make a difference. And DeMarco's faced the biggest and the toughest and the deadliest, but he's never encountered anything like Bulk Nasty.
Few have.
Hang time on that suplex. DeMarco reaching for a tag, and Bulk, as daunting as he is, I don't think wants to see Jimmy Vegas tagged in.
Not letting that happen, and then shot Vegas a glance. He wants to keep these mind games going.
All the body weight of Bulk down to the lower back of Jimmy DeMarco. Second time.
One more time!
Oh no! Oh, DeMarco's twisting and he's pulling.
And Santa is talking to a ref.
Santa Claus distracted the official. Santa Claus is an enabler.
I mean, I guess he's trying to find out. CJ wants to find out whether or not he's on the naughty or nice list.
There's something naughty going on behind his back.
Might be tying it.
Oh my God. It's uncomfortable watching this. Every male watching has the urge to cross their legs uncomfortably right now. Oh,
with the exception of Joey Ryan.
Two tags. LeRusso and Vegas are in, but LeRusso in the hard way.
And finally we're seeing Vegas and Bulk Nasty gets out.
Oh. Vegas the clothesline, the elbow as well. LeRusso flailing in there trying to get away.
Oh, big belly to belly.
Shades of one of Vegas's mentors, the franchise, Shane Douglas.
It was almost dead center of the ring, too.
DeMarco and Bulk are still fighting. Man, DeMarco's fearless.
And then a shot right to the, just draping him across that top turnbuckle.
And this thing has completely broken down. Oh, DeMarco got caught on the outside.
And DeMarco got caught. Vegas has
follow a slam by Vegas.
Oh, no.
No!
And he just tossed Jimmy DeMarco over his head like he was nothing.
Oh my God.
He took out 3 rows of chairs.
And that was a very ugly landing. DeMarco no way to protect himself. And it's down to the 2 big boys. Vegas and Bulk center ring.
Which this ultimately is what it was all about to begin with. Oh, big belly to belly.
Second time. LeRusso's up. Oh, right to the jaw.
Kick.
DeMarco is seriously hurt on the outside. And it's Vegas 2-on-1. Thankfully, Bulk's been neutralized. Santa going to check on DeMarco, but it's Vegas now having to take the yeoman's work of this matchup.
Off the rope. Oh, big elbow drop.
Vegas on top. 2 count only.
It looks like Jimmy DeMarco's up to, like, at least seated. Big knee.
Even if DeMarco is hurt, he doesn't know any better than to go back and fight. He will not quit no matter what you do to him. As LeRusso takes down Vegas.
If you're lucky, you hurt him bad enough that it takes him too long to get to the ring. But trust me, he will not stop coming to the ring.
Hell, we thought he'd stop, what, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, 12 years ago. Still here. Still ready to fight a cause he believes in.
And, okay, he made it across the railing.
Just barely, though. DeMarco is hurt. You can tell in his body language. Oh, Stuck in the super kick. C4! DeMarco the C4! Vegas! Cha-ching slam!
Both on Chris LeRusso.
Where's Paul? No, wait, what? DeMarco waves it off. Santa?
Jimmy DeMarco wants Santa in the ring.
Your guess is as good as mine on this one.
I guess CJ's allowing a little leeway on that.
Well, Santa hasn't physically touched anybody yet.
Well, now he has.
That's true.
Big choke slam.
Santa with a choke slam. Are you serious?
Here are your winners, the King of Jimmy Vegas and Jimmy DeMarco.
LeRusso just got defeated by the spirit of Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho.
Never say never here in IWC. LeRusso and Pollock back to the showers and a holiday celebration to cap off a 2018 IWC. Pollock got
a chair.
Pollock will leave when he's ready to leave. So Santa's 1-0 as a manager.
And 1-0 as a performer as well.
Jimmy
Are we
DeMarco,
sure that's Santa?
as opposed to who?
Santa Claus?
Former IWC champion in his own right, but let's let DeMarco explain the situation.
I hear Justin Plummer has been a very good boy. And he's a very good kid. Merry Christmas.
So Justin Plummer's getting a gift, we know that.
So congratulations, Justin.
Well, I know what Justin Plummer wants as a gift. How about a new IWC champion?
Well, we'll find out next, won't we?
Moments away, 3 stages of hell. Pollock and Wardlow. The Mafia kick once more. Pollock on top. We have a new IWC champion. And the Team Storm takeover has come to fruition. All Wardlow can do is look on and wonder what if.
Power poisons the heart and changes it from within. Deception lives in the dark, but you can't hide from your sins. This is a war, and our blood will draw the battle lines. This is a war, and our blood will draw the battle lines.
win the World Heavyweight Championship?
It's gonna be 2 out of 3 falls for the IWC Heavyweight Championship. The first fall, Wardlow picks the stipulation. The second fall, Pollock gets to choose. And if we need a third fall, I pick the stipulation.
This is a war, and our blood will draw the battle lines. This is a war, and our blood will draw the battle lines. We will stand, we will fight. We can't stop till we die. Hope will be torn. Whose side are you fighting for? This is a war.
They were, you can count on one hand the men that have put a dent in the armor, in the unbeaten streak, of the absolute obliteration, the warpath that Wardlow has been on throughout IWC, and have a lot of fingers left over after the fact. The man with war in his name has stood tall. He could join an elite list tonight by becoming IWC champion for the third time.
I would have to say that everyone that has beaten Wardlow, it has to have been considered an upset. At no point has anyone ever said, well, clearly they were going to run away with that match and beat Wardlow. He is as physically dominating, as impressive athletically as you could imagine a professional wrestler being. The only problem is his opponent tonight is a master tactician.
And a master manipulator as well. Whether it was politically, whether it was in ring, this man did whatever it took to get to the top of the IWC mountain. It was back at Cage Fury. That Team Storm takeover came to fruition. Pollock survived. Shane Taylor survived. Jack Swagger. Hell, survived wrestling Plummer himself. After using Plummer's own wife as a pawn in his game to get ahead, did Jack Pollock.
As I've said before, Jack Pollock's key ability, the key thing that makes him a champion is his ability to understand how to win. He knows what he needs to do, and he is willing to go there to get to the top of the mountain, to stay at the top of the mountain.
Pollock found a way past Wardlow inside a solid steel cage. If he leaves with champion tonight, Jay Worth caught to be the only person to find a way to do it twice.
This is the main event of the evening. A best 2 out of 3 falls match for the IWC World Heavyweight Championship. The first fall, as chosen by Wardlow, will be a classic style wrestling match. The second fall, as chosen by Jack Pollock, will be a street
matches in 4 years, but one of them was to Pollock. Pollock will double that deed if he escapes with this title tonight.
Which, as you have pointed out, is a rare claim.
Wardlow sees the prize that was once his. Could be again. It is a big fight feel.
Champions ready, challengers ready, here we go. Through. He steps behind, gets a waist lock, throws Pollock down. He wants Pollock to know he can physically dominate him at will.
It is elite company to be a 3-time champion here with IWC's top prize. John McChesney has done it, as has Dennis Gregory. But in nearly 18 years of history, the list stops there.
And a clean break. Wardlow showing that he wants this match to be a classic style match. He broke at 1.
And no Jaxon Argos, no RC Dupree. Pollock the headlock. We're going to neutralize the overwhelming power that Wardlow brings into this. Pollock's one of the few men that can look Wardlow eye to eye. When you're talking about just pure strength, Wardlow is without peer.
Yeah, we were using the term big man business, but as far as big men go in IWC, you can't have the conversation without having the word Wardlow escape your lips.
Oh! Pollock went to slip underneath. Wardlow able to drop down and cut Pollock off at the pass. Out for the ride, hip lock, no, Pollock from behind.
Backslide.
2 count only. Jayworth, this was Wardlow's decision for the stipulation to be essentially no stipulation as Pollock gets 2. Is this to Wardlow's advantage, or will Jack excel in this environment?
You have to believe that Wardlow, if you're looking at a pure athletic competition, Wardlow has to have the advantage at that. That the scheming, the machinations, the ability to win is based around circumventing, ignoring, breaking rules when it comes to Pollock. So a match where you have to concentrate on the rules, it has to somewhat neutralize that.
Another deep, hard headlock takeover. On the mat, however, you got to go back to Jack Pollock being trained by Lance Storm, one of the best tacticians of this era. And certainly if Wardlow stays grounded, that paradigm could shift to Jack Pollock.
I mean, yeah. I don't disagree with that.
Wardlow the vertical base.
I was going to say it's a big if as far as keeping Wardlow on his back.
And Wardlow just manhandling and manipulating the anatomy of Jack Pollock in any way he pleases.
Throwing him around, twisting limbs.
And Jayworth, both these men bring it time in and time out. And whether you love them or you hate them, they have a ton of fight in them and a lot of gas in that tank. For 3 falls, we could be here a while.
Yeah, get comfy.
Wardlow the fireman's carry immediately traps Pollock. Official a little slow to the draw. That noticeably upsets Wardlow. But what these major championship matches are about, Jayworth, is how you respond on the fly and how you deal with the elements around you. And if Wardlow lets something little like that rent space in his head, it could give Pollock an opening.
I mean, you're absolutely right. You can't worry about what if my game plan falls apart. You can't really have a game plan outside of I will deal with what shows up.
Oh, Wardlow hangs on. A modified version of Chaos Theory.
It looked like Pollock was anticipating a pin there, and it started to struggle to get out, and then was pulled through and dumped on the back of his head.
I think Wardlow just went with that momentum and kept going. Another German release suplex.
And when we talk about why did Wardlow want a classic wrestling match, this is his wheelhouse to a T. Grab a guy, throw him around.
And certainly a lot of this reminiscent of another former IWC champion, Ray Rowe.
Yeah, very true.
And Wardlow feels comfortable, yet hopefully not content. A long way to go still.
Yeah, let's not forget, this is best out of 3 falls. Even if he gets through this fall with a victory, he has a street fight ahead of him. We know that.
And a potential third fall that is Plummer's choice. And based on the history with Plummer and Pollock, I can only imagine what that could be.
My personal guess has something to do with the fire. That warmed my pants.
Keep in mind, Wardlow has faced IWC legends like Jimmy DeMarco, Super Hentai. They were never the same afterwards. But that is history, not prophecy. Wardlow may have met his toughest competitor to date in the form of Pollock.
Yeah, we talk about the toughness of Pollock.
Oh, God.
But right now, Pollock's trying to prove it by absorbing as much punishment as Wardlow feels like dishing out.
I don't think Pollock has a choice but to prove it. It's prove it or drop your title in 2 straight falls. Wardlow creates some distance. And Wardlow taking a chance here cross body. 2 count only. The one thing about Wardlow, as you see his temper again, since leaving Justin LaBar, he's become more and more multifaceted. He's become more dangerous in a multitude of different ways. He's not just the power anymore. He's not just the attitude anymore. Every time we see Wardlow, he adds another notch to that tool belt.
Oh, I agree. And to note, the power and the attitude have not gone away. It's just there are more pockets on said tool belt.
The only potential X factor that to me the jury's out on is if Wardlow can keep his focus in a big match situation without someone ringside helping guide him. Whether it's a LaBar, LeRusso, etc., Wardlow's got a bad temper. And one thing LaBar often did is keep that in check and focused. We'll see how that shakes out as the match progresses. As Pollock takes out the knee, but Wardlow pops to his feet.
Got a couple elbows to the jaw there. Oh, I'm going to roll through.
That is scary strength. Oh, Pollock counters. Oh, got a knee right to the face, maybe the side of the jaw. Wardlow is rocked.
I don't even, is his nose bleeding? No.
And Jayworth, was that the brace of the knee that caught contact with the face of Wardlow?
I didn't see. I'm not sure.
Certainly would seem as such based on the body language of both immediately afterwards.
I mean, I can't judge anyone from going limp from a well-placed knee to the face.
Wardlow's mouth is gaping open. It may be having breathing difficulties with that nose, to your point. Still favoring it. And Pollock has found a way to, if not determine a weakness, create one.
If you can't find one, make one.
And the side Canadian leg sweep. 2 count only. And Wardlow's intensity, thanks to Pollock's offense, has dropped a notch or 2. Wardlow doesn't have that locomotive-like charging power that he did maybe 4 or 6 minutes ago, and that's to Pollock's design to slowly wear away at Wardlow. Stretch this matchup out. Wardlow is great in bursts of offense, but he's never gone 60 minutes. Jack Pollock, I'm sure, has.
Well, I feel the need to point out, when you get popped in the nose, even if you don't break your nose, even if you don't have a nosebleed, A, it's disorienting. B, it makes it hard to breathe. C, it makes it hard to see. Your eyes tear up almost immediately. As far as effect versus delivery, a single shot to the nose might be the most effective strike you can ever hit.
But notice, you're talking about effective, the effective kick out, the instincts of Wardlow, getting off his back as soon as possible.
Oh, he still knows he's in a fight. There, he is a long way from just giving up.
And a fight for the thing he has coveted most in his adult life. These people are behind the man with war in his name. Pollock has been a polarizing entity all his own. Ooh. Pollock getting through Tommy Dreamer. Surviving the six-way ladder match is unbreakable. Nice suplex by Wardlow.
A counter to Pollock's claim that he's the man. And now it gives him a chance to catch some air. Clear those cobwebs, as we like to say.
And Jayworth, if fall one ends in a double countout, we could have a very precarious rest of this matchup.
Yeah, very true.
We could end in a draw by the time we finish everything.
Where do you go from there?
Well, I mean, draw would go to the champion in the short term, but obviously issues would not be settled. This match is designed to settle them conclusively as Pollock and Wardlow center ring now, exchanging rights.
This is a little farther from the classic wrestling match. But CJ allowing the open fist, or the closed fists.
And Wardlow downstairs. Ouch. Skulls collide. Oh, Pollock the back elbow. Aiming for that nose again, Jayworth. Oh. German suplex.
And a discus forearm to the back of the head into that German.
Oh. And Pollock measures Wardlow with the boot. Covers him. And oh. Notice the frantic nature Pollock attempted to go into that cover with.
I think Pollock knows the longer this runs, the better it looks for Wardlow.
Would you concur with that? I would say endurance-wise, it's all Pollock.
I don't know. To me, I know Wardlow's training. I know Wardlow's size. I've yet to see anyone really gas out.
Oh, God, look at that power. Wardlow. A buckle bomb as the blood on Wardlow becomes more apparent. A spear, and now a near fall.
I want you to think about the amount of damage and how bad Wardlow was looking. And clearly, there's still plenty of gas in the tank.
Notice Wardlow keeps wiping his nose and rubbing the blood on his chest, almost as a battle scar or a reminder of what Jack Pollock's done to him. Pollock is prone, and Wardlow's high above. Swanton, nobody there.
Those blood stripes are serving as motivation, Joe.
Pretty in the air, not in the execution. Pollock measures the boot, and Jack Pollock, no! Pollock's specialty, but not enough. The crowd is behind Wardlow. Pollock must be asking himself 1,000 questions at once, and he goes back to what he knows best.
Oh,
Wardlow caught Pollock coming in for the boot.
He's up.
Oh, contact nearly made with the official. Low blow countered.
Wardlow up over Magistral.
Wardlow beat him.
The winner of the first fall, Wardlow.
We talked about a classic wrestling match. It was a classic wrestling.
The second fall will be contested as a street fight.
A classic wrestling style cradle did his opposition in. And the street fight has officially started, and Pollock's already ready with weapons. Ah! God.
A small trash can lid.
Yeah, some sort of a metal lid.
I believe just bent over the back of Wardlow.
And keep in mind, Jay Worth, the match with Shane Taylor, the match with Justin Plummer. I've seen Pollock in far more wild environments like this over the years as well. Jack Pollock excels when the rules are null and void.
And just as the classic wrestling was Wardlow's wheelhouse,
oh God,
this is Pollock's.
Wardlow tried to shrug it off, but got weak in the knees upon impact. And a trash can to the skull.
And he's still standing.
Second time. Oh. Wardlow dared Pollock to hit him again. I don't dare Jack Pollock to do much and stand to tell about it. Near fall.
And that's two. And Wardlow shoved him off twice.
Now, Jayworth, keep in mind, Wardlow's got a little bit of a cushion here in this fall. Pollock, it's do or die. If he doesn't find a way to beat Wardlow now, he won't. This night is over. Good grief.
And good Lord.
And Wardlow's flinging a trash can at Pollock's skull. Wardlow does not give a damn. Keep in mind, it is a street fight. There will not be a count out here. Wardlow's got to follow up.
And I want to point out Wardlow holding that arm close to his core. Does he have an injury going on here?
Oh. Between the eyes of Pollock. And on top of him for good measure. Wardlow will fight you in any environment possible. He's not as adept and experienced in this type of realm, but that's not going to stop him.
Not at all. He will adapt.
Oh no! Referee sent back into the guardrail. And Pollock is trying to neutralize Wardlow. Wardlow on that chair. Pollock makes it. Look out!
Oh.
The referee got hit with Pollock's best shot.
Right in the, and look out!
No! Wardlow sends Pollock into the guardrail. The rail gives way. Oh, this is a wild and unsafe situation out here.
And I think the base of the guardrail hit CJ in the head as it came up bending under the weight of the two men.
Yeah, we got people hurt out here as Wardlow has Pollock back in the ring. And Wardlow's found another chair. We don't have any left within the guardrails. They got destroyed earlier tonight by Jock and Palace. Wardlow finds one from the stands. And that may not resemble anybody's chair after a moment in the hands of Wardlow. Oh, Pollock out of harm's way.
Two elbows.
Wardlow trying to wedge that chair in as deep as he possibly can. And Pollock got started. Pollock got lawn darted into that chair and his body in free fall until it hit the protected but unpadded floor.
And Wardlow checking on one of the fans that may have been hit by the guardrail there.
But Pollock got hit a lot worse because Pollock's been lacerated.
Yeah. There's blood on the back of Wardlow's arm, and I don't know if that's his or Pollock's.
Pollock is in a bad way here. You got to believe that his head caught one of those jagged or sharpened edges on the side of that chair, or maybe scraped against something on the way down. But Pollock is losing blood. And in fall number 2, with Pollock, yeah, Pollock's done here. Another official. Done. No. I have no idea how Pollock did that.
I do not either.
I have absolutely no clue. But then again, maybe I shouldn't be surprised.
Like I said, Jack Pollock finds a way to win.
I'm surprised to see anybody survive Wardlow, but I've seen Jack go to hell and back many times in his career. A second time.
Again.
Jack counters downstairs. Street fight, it's legal in this fall. And Pollock can barely stand, but he gets a spine buster. And Pollock moves ahead. No. And Pollock, you gotta believe desperation, urgency is going through his mind right now. Pollock could lose everything, 2 straight falls, if the lights dim too far and he loses too much blood.
Joe, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I absolutely am. Jack Pollock has a ominous bag, and you can hear the metal clashing inside. I'm not going to speculate. Let's just wait and see. Pollock knew things may get desperate. He knew he'd need everything to slay the beast. Jack Pollock has thumbtacks.
All perfectly legal.
Wardlow not on his feet. Now he is. And Wardlow, eye for an eye.
Kick for a kick.
I'm not sure how experienced Wardlow is with thumbtacks.
He has a handful of them.
Wait a minute. Oh my God, down the mouth of Pollock. Oh! Imagine that pierced the inside of his mouth on impact. Power bomb on the tax. Again!
Back up.
Oh no! All day long! Wardlow in 2 straight! No!
Oh.
Damn it!
You had wondered where Team Canada was.
Argos and Dupree! Team Storm! When Pollock was on the brink of destruction, make their presence known.
And now Dupree helping Jack Pollock, while Argos just continues to lay into Wardlow.
And Pollock has lost an incredible amount of blood. Jaxon Argos directing traffic, as he so often does. I'm not sure Pollock can even think at this point. But Wardlow's surrounded. Oh! And Wardlow is ready to charge into battle. And is getting the hell kicked out of him for it.
He kept his eyes on his opponent, and that was the mistake.
Oh. Boots the chair into the skull. And it takes 3 men to pin Wardlow.
And that means third fall.
You know, I've been watching you guys play this game for over a year now. And to be quite honest with you, I knew this would happen. I knew you'd play this game again. Come on, Justin. And this third fall, it ain't happening anymore. Jenny, bring the house lights up.
What?
Now, dude up here, raise the curtain. Because the third fall for the heavyweight title is going to be a song of a 15-foot house steel can.
What? What? Plummer brought a backup ring, and he brought a steel cage.
It's pinfall, submission, or escape.
It's pin, it's submission, it's escape, and now Team Storm's beating the hell out of Wardlow in ring number 1, but fall number 3 will be in the confines of a cage. Oh, this is absolutely unprecedented. The Plumber surprised us with a cage, and Wardlow's having a fight Argos and Dupree between falls. And Wardlow's got both ex-tag team champions all day long into the tax. Wardlow not amused. I've momentarily lost sight of Pollock. There he is. And Wardlow is going to drag Pollock to the cage, whether Pollock wants to go or not. This is maybe the final step of Justin Plummer's revenge on Pollock, whose face is now being raked across the steel fencing. And there we go, fall number 3 is underway. Hayworth, what a wild set of circumstances this has been. Expect anything in IWC. Pollock now on top. Pollock nearly pins Wardlow.
And so pinfalls will count in the cage. This is not an escape.
It's pin, submission, or escape, as we heard a moment ago, if I recall that correctly. And many of the IWC locker room is circling around watching this matchup as well. They want to see who the representative is going to be in 2019.
And Pollock trying to get out of the cage, looking for an escape. Wardlow climbing up after him.
And what's important to note too, Jay Worth, as they battle on the top rope, Wardlow had to fight his way through the rest period between falls. Pollock had a chance to rest. We'll see if that factors in.
As an update, Team Storm is laying lifeless in the first ring in front of us.
And Wardlow may have had a lot of life taken from him with that precarious fall that time. Pollock is trying to escape. And again, Pollock has to do the unthinkable here, defeat Wardlow twice in a night if he hopes to overcome, but Wardlow the rapid fire headbutts. Wardlow.
He has him up.
From the top rope. Oh, God! Pollock just fell through the ring! Wardlow just dumped Pollock with such force! The ring gave way! What the hell do you do now?
Dig him out and keep beating.
Wardlow may rip that leg off and take it home with him.
Jack Pollock's era has ended. Plummer's final step for revenge leads to a 3-time IWC champion.
And with a handshake, Plummer hands Wardlow his third opportunity to hoist that title belt with pride above his head. Team Score is without gold, all in one foul swoop.
The Team Score takeover changed the IWC landscape, but the Pittsburgh Pro Wrestling Classic gives us a brand new look into 2019. Wardlow is the man once again.
And I don't know that Jack Pollock is aware that anything has happened yet.
I can only imagine Pollock was 15 feet off the ground, crashed through the ring, through metal and wood, hit the floor, and was absolutely lifeless thereafter.
And now Wardlow into the fans. Looking to go back to the first ring.
Argos and Dupree still licking their wounds. But 2019 is once again Wardlow's world. Good night on the Pittsburgh Pro Wrestling Classic.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.